Welcome back to your podcast. We're your hosts.
I'm Beth Ann.
And I'm Kaylee. And we're just kidding.
I'm Kaylee.
And I'm Beth Ann.
And we're so glad you're here. Counting every blessing, letting go and trusting where I cannot see.
Are my eyes puffy?
Well, not any puffier than mine. So we look just alike.
We just finished the flicks and feels for this week, and we'll get into it when it's time. But it was a tear joker.
Tear jerky. Perky.
A tear beef jerky. Do you know?
Oh, it was so sweet. And we normally don't stay locked in, I feel like, for movies like that. Because it was such a heartfelt. We started to feel like,
also narration from the dog.
Enzo had us locked in.
I know, baby.
I love him.
I was asking during the movie, but I want to know the science, and it's just like an easy search, but I'm still going to say it out loud. Behind Miss Fiona, who's a mini golden doodle, being hypo-al.
I know.
When she has golden retriever, because the second I get around a golden retriever, specifically, and a lab, I'm hacking. I'm coup-fed and I'm sneezing.
And
I'm so allergic.
I know. I don't know why. Because she's a mix, she's hypoallergenic. It's so crazy. Mr. Tootie is supposed to be hypoallergenic because he's a Yorkie, but he sheds quite a bit.
He was marketed hypoallergenic, and he was also marketed a Yorkie, but I think we've already gone through this.
Yeah,
he does have a dew claw that's only found in Great Pyrenees. He's just so quirky.
He's so quirky.
He was worth every bit of that $300.
I love him so much. And I was just thinking about how it felt like that dog grew up with Denny. Like, it felt like Enzo grew up with Denny. And it had been so many years. I don't know how old he was when he passed.
10 or 11.
Was he?
Yeah.
You did the math?
No, he went to the doctor, and she was like, she or he, Enzo or the doctor, said he was 10 years old. I know. And I don't know how much later that he passed, but
I'm banking on getting 15 out of him entertaining.
Let's quit.
I'm gonna quit. But anyway, how are you regardless? No, regardless of Okum.
Okay.
We went to a hot polluted class this morning, and it was hard. Sometimes when I get out of there, I feel like I just need to doze back away. And I just about did. We came home and I made a new recipe. Glow recipe that I found on IG Reels. Of course, looked so easy and was. They were like McGriddle muffins. So it was literally just this protein pancake mix, 2 eggs, sharp cheddar cheese, and milk, and 2 tablespoons of syrup. Stirred together with what was supposed to be pork sausage, like breakfast sausage. And we love breakfast sausage. Just what we make our sausage balls with. But I was like, macro friendly. Let's do ground turk. And the thing that I need to learn about recipes and why that person said that their recipe was good is because they made it how they made it. And so when I start tweaking and turning and it doesn't turn out good, it's like, well, nobody said that was good. They said their recipe was good. So I'm going to try this new thing where I listen to recipes actually. And whatever, if it's higher in fat, it's higher in fat, and I will adjust accordingly. But anyway.
Well, to be honest, whenever you told me about this McGriddle Concook, I was like, okay, so we're going to have a sausage patty.
We grabbed that brewmate cup. It's in the frame of the camera. Oopsie.
Got it. Thought it was going to actually be like a McGrid.
Oh, okay. You thought you were about to eat a sandwich, you thought.
So when I saw the muffin pan and
then I also bought at Walmart.
I was just like, okay. I didn't ask because at that point it was already in motion. And when an object is in motion, it does stay in motion.
Yeah.
So I just allowed it.
Wait, that's so funny.
I know.
Well, now
I wish
we have
it was
a
a sandwich.
I do too. Next time.
It was almost like eating a dressing.
Okay.
From Thanksgiving.
I know.
Do you
what
know?
You're saying. I do.
It was like a muffin casserole.
I feel like when I'm hungry tomorrow, I'll eat it. But that's just one of those things that I would have to eat when I'm starving. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. You know that TikTok trend that's going around that's like, tell me your weight loss hack. And I don't mean calorie deficit. I mean something diabolical you can get canceled for kind of thing.
Yeah.
Of course, I always dive into the comments. And someone said, I always carry an apple in my purse. And if I'm hungry enough, I ask myself, are you hungry enough for this apple? And if the answer is no, I'm just not hungry enough.
And you know what? I've done that.
Yeah.
But I like an apple.
I do too.
Specifically a Honey Crisp.
But I'm about to say something that you agree with.
It makes you hungrier.
It makes me hungrier.
Yeah.
If I'm starving, Marvin, and I pick up an apple and I finish the apple, chew up the core, my stomach feels like it's turned inside out.
Ravenous.
Ravenous.
It's like scratching the whole back and missing the itch.
Correct.
Do you know?
It's like digging a deeper hole.
Yeah.
So interesting.
How that works. We have to ask Chat a few things about science when we're done with the poo.
We do. But anyway, we just got back from watching our brother play in Montreal, Quebec. So the last ep we were talking about, we were getting ready to go. We just got back and we had the best time seeing him. We miss him so much. Just the fact that he lives in a different country, but
it's not a bad miss though. You know, sometimes some people like say they miss
that's
you
what
so
I was
much.
about to say.
They make you feel guilty. It's nothing to feel guilty about. Like he doesn't need to like be sorry for doing what he loves and something he's good at. You know, just in a different country.
And it allows us to take a trip and see new things we never would have seen.
Innocently and honestly and lovingly, we miss him. But do we think that he's out there like doing the wrong thing? And so like we just want to think about no. Like he's doing it.
You know, and if he didn't go play in the CFL, we wouldn't have the opportunity to see someone smoke crack on the sidewalk.
Or crystal meth. There is a crystal meth overload in Canada. There is a crystal meth epidemic.
Well, I don't know what crystal meth looks like. All I know is whatever they were smoking wasn't the Mary J, girl.
It wasn't a plant, babe.
It wasn't a plant, babe. It wasn't no leaf.
It was
wasn't no
crystallized.
So we were standing on the sidewalk waiting for an Uber one of the days. Chase's girlfriend was with us on the trip, and we were going to a little rooftop before dinner with Chase. And so we're standing there, and it was going to be like a 25-minute walk, and like we were in our cutie outfits, not trying to break a sweat. So,
or chafe.
Anyway, waiting on the Uber, and I'm watching this guy in my peripheral because he's doing something, and I can't quite figure what, and he's got a lot of gadgets. Mm-hmm. And quite frankly, some I've never seen before. And he kept looking up and he kept looking around. And so it did occur to me that maybe we should just scoot over like anyway, because what is he looking around for? But yeah, he pulled some tings out of it looked like a case that we use for our SD cards. Do you know what I mean?
So I didn't see the case.
Oh, I know. Your back was to him. I got to see everything.
But I did see a lot of it though.
And then I saw a baggie, and then I thought, well, and so like weed is legal there. So you just smell that all the time. Mm-hmm. So, of course, I'm scared of a secondhand high because, oh my gosh, can you imagine feeling so wonky walking down the street?
Right.
For no reason. I would think that I would
on top of everything else
to die. Anyway, I'm like, okay, what if I get a secondhand crack high right now? This would actually be something. I was like, girls, we need to scoot over. Like, girl. And then I just don't even know. I don't even want to think about what could have entered my system, but I did smell something, and it wasn't just your plain old green stuff.
Right. We don't know
scary
what it was. He left after that. He didn't stick around for us to analyze his actions.
It's just different. Like, I know that they smoke crack in Atlanta, Georgia. I know they smoke crack in Athens. I know, but I feel like people have to be a little bit more cautious and maybe not do it out in public. Like, I think if a police drove by, they wouldn't
I'm
stop
not
them.
sure I've ever seen a crack pipe.
Oh, but we did.
But that's all I was seeing there.
Yeah, crack pipes.
I was around more crack pipes than I was cigarettes. And that's heavy.
Okay, this is what I have in all of my experiences traveling recently. Okay. We went around Europe, you know, me and Gage and his parents last summer. Went to like 10 different countries. We've been to Greece. All right. Europe loves cigarettes. Mm-hmm. America loves weed. Mm-hmm. Canada loves crack.
I love that. I offer this Can I offer this perspective?
And I know that all of that is everywhere, but
Kaylee,
you can't sit down at a cafe for a cup of joe in Europe without cigarette smoke in your face.
I think that US, Europe, and Canada all love cigarettes, weed, and crack.
That's exactly what I was saying. That's exactly what just came out of my mouth. I was saying I know they all have it.
Okay.
But from my experience, the cigarettes have been way heavier in Europe. The crack has been way heavier in Canada.
And the weed has been way heavier in the US.
Yes. Well, it's been the heaviest in Jamaica, but I'm just talking about
also heavy in Cal. Extremely heavy anywhere it's legal. What was I? Wait, no.
What?
Oh my goodness, is my thought leaving me? Give me a sec.
1 2 1 2.
Was it a cig?
1 2 1
Was
2.
it the crack or was it the weed? Hold on. Oh, it was the cig. So supposedly there's laws here in the U.S. where you cannot smoke within 5 to 10 feet of a door.
Bullhawky.
The only reason Kaylee and I heard this is because we had met a sweet man. He was from where? Chicago?
Yeah, Chicago.
Luke was his name.
Yes.
He came to our spin class in Quebec, which is so funny because the instructor spoke French the whole time, which is incredible. We had like a very cultural moment. Mm-hmm. But we met Luke and we were telling him about this place we wanted to go have breakfast at that we had researched the night before. And he was like, oh my gosh, that's right across the street from my hostel. I'll walk with y'all there. And we're like, love. So we had about a mile walk, got to know all about Luke and everything. And I always breathe in at the wrong time. Like I always breathe in a cig at the wrong time. And if you know me, you know I'm gagging. So I breathe it in. I'm gagging. He's like, are you okay? I'm like, I'll be fine in a second. He's like, I'm going to, yeah, like at least the laws are better here. I'm like, what laws? He's like, the smoking laws. I'm like, what are the smoking laws? He's
right.
Like, you can't smoke within how many kilometers or meters?
No, it was like 60 meters of a cafe door.
Or like a
restaurant door.
They were also breaking the law there, but I did notice people were at least trying to be further away from doors than they are in the U.S. In the U.S., it's like as soon as their toe brushes a gust of wind outside, they're lighting one up.
Right.
Do you know?
I do know.
Or they're walking into Walmart while they're in Walmart. They're not outside any longer.
They're blowing their cigarettes that they just took a hit of outside the door.
Correctamundus.
It's crazy. There's just things. Oh, that's just like a whole thing I could go into because
let's just start. Well,
what?
It wasn't Christian-like.
Okay.
But tell you anyway.
Well, you can hold your tongue if you wish.
Okay. Well, I literally keep almost saying things that are so
mean.
Yes.
Well, you know that the Holy Spirit is still living inside you because he's still clocking that.
No, literally, he's clocking. Like so much conviction occurring.
Anyway. So now you don't have anything else to say because you don't have anything nice to say.
Like, what an awful rule. Like, how could you ever really have anything to talk about if you follow the rule? If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. I mean, come on. Do you know what I mean?
I know. It's hard being a sinner.
It's
love the sinner, not the sin.
That's right, Miss Kaylee.
No, I do feel like better coming home from that travel because even though it was a short trip, I feel like it didn't completely take a toll. Like we were still in the same time zone, so it was okay to just jump back in. I mean, we were exuded. But tell me if you agree.
Okay,
you're more exhausted today than you are yesterday. I am.
Not initially. I started the day with way more energy, but
okay, not me.
I know. Yesterday you had a lot.
We got home the day before yesterday. Yesterday I felt so good. I woke up ready to go.
Right.
What does the day hold? I'm here for it.
Yeah. I could tell.
Dominate. Well, and I hate that maybe you had that feeling that you weren't on the same page. So it was like that anxiety that you get when someone's like doing more than you. Like, was I giving you that anxiety?
No, I was just cramping unbelievably. I'm getting ready to start.
So fair.
Yeah.
And feel free to lay your hooch.
Right.
You deserve that.
Mm-hmm.
I liked laying our hooch this morning after breakfast so we could watch our flicks and feels. Like, that was just so sweet.
I did too. And then I was going to make some
tired.
caffeine.
Yeah.
But I also accidentally had a sip of your caffeine because I thought it was my Wittra. And because I thought I was about to take a sip of Wittra and then I had a sip of Cuve, I was completely and entirely thrown for a loop. And it's giving me this perpetual dehydration in my throat.
Oh, you're kind of in a bad mood about it.
No, my tongue's dry though. And it just, thank goodness we ran out of milk and I couldn't finish making my Cuve because I did lose the desire. Let me grab my Wittra.
Did your matcha like turn you up a notch this morning?
Matcha does not turn me up a notch, but I do enjoy it.
Okay.
It's very
you weren't really
kill.
getting it for the caffeine fix. You're just getting it for like the taste.
Just the taste.
Okay.
If you're anywhere near a Caribou Coupe and you want to get a matcha, you should get 1 pump of mint and 1 pump of white chocolate. If you want to do 2 pumps of mint and 2 pumps of white chocolate, do it. I was just being mod. It is Thin Mint vibes. It is what's that Girl Scout cookie, Kaylee?
I think it's called a Thin Mint.
Oh, well, then it's a Thin Mint, yeah. But Oreo came out with a mint cookie, a Thin Mint cookie.
Oh, and it's good.
It's very good. They're in our pantry.
Well, wait, is it called a Thin Mint? Girl Scout cookie.
No, it is called a Thin Mint. It
is?
sounds way too right to be wrong.
Oh my gosh, you would not believe what just came up. We were like talking about drugs, and I literally what?
Is this ep gonna get flagged? I'm spitting.
Oh, I don't know. Thin Mint Girl Scout cookie strain. This is what came up. Thin Mint weed strains. Okay, what's going on? Yeah, they're called Thin Mints. I knew it wasn't crazy.
What's going on?
Whoa, that's a new segment we're bringing to the Pood. Care to introduce?
What a great segue.
Yeah.
Of course. So our What's Going On segment. Okay. So many of you, whenever I meet you in like IRL, you'll be like, say it. Just say it. I'm like, which one?
Yeah.
Like, is it morning? Is it what's going on? Like,
yeah.
Typically it's what's going on. And it's been so many years, like 4 years now since, if you're new here at Your Pood, I'm the what's going on girl. But anyway.
Yeah.
Since that sound, is that...
I think you said in 2022.
I had a raspy voice that weekend in particular. And so now when I do it, I'm like, do I still have it?
Let's hear it.
What's going on?
What are you doing the second part?
I was trying to, but I got tickled. What's happening? Right, Neil?
It's 5:45. Yeah, that's the sound. And so we thought it would be fun to bring in a new segment where we kind of talk about what's going on in the world right now. It could be something lighthearted. It could be something going on in pop culture, which y'all know we're not good at all. I don't know, or it could just be like a funny trend, whatever, on TikTok. I feel like my boot cheeks are out on the Pood right now because the blank lid has come up. Give me a sec. Give me just
Well, the heating pad is literally creating a puddle underneath me. It's so hot.
Okay, my feet are out. Great. Anyway, so I started thinking, well, what's going on? And I learned this week that there is a sport, a professional, organized slap fighting league founded by Dana White. And it was founded in 2022, which I don't feel so bad about having no idea that was a thing. People, have you seen these? Like, do you want to see? People slap the hellfire out of the person in front of them and like knock them out to the ground.
I don't understand how I would be so infuriated. I would have on my mind.
If somebody slapped the fire out of me, that might be the last thing they do.
Right. But also, like, how do you respect a slapper? Do you know?
Like, I get that you're knocking somebody out, but that's just so...
Like, why does that have to be separate
catty.
From the...
Like y'all are slapping?
What is it, MMA? When you're fighting?
Yeah, something like that.
Like, why does that have to be separate?
UFC? I don't know. Okay? But people are out here slapping on them. And that is the last support that I'm supporting.
I think the most shocking pain that we endure that just comes out of nowhere. Do you know what I'm going to say?
Oh my gosh, you're going to talk about the sharp pain that comes like from the underbelly of our hooch? Oh my gosh.
No, I wasn't going to talk about our hooch.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That is such a pain, though.
Yeah, no.
Like,
you know
as
what I mean?
humans,
It's like that sharp.
It's a universal. No, I do know the sharp pain, Kaylee, especially when you're in your period. Like, it's so
Yeah.
crazy. It literally makes me, oh my gosh, my knees get weak. So, no, the sharp pain that I'm thinking of that all humans endure, it comes out of nowhere and it pisses you off. And like everything's done. Like your body, it's heating up. You're getting the chills. You're so mad. Do you know?
Let's say it on 3,
2, 3. Stubbing your toe. Like, when I stub my toe, don't ask me. The worst thing about stubbing your toe is you have nobody to blame but yourself.
Nobody.
And someone's always going to be like,
dresser.
someone's always going to ask if you're okay. I can't even respond right now.
I'm
No!
on the floor. I'm so mad.
I'm grabbing it. I'm trying to like put pressure. I'm trying to apply pressure.
I literally make that sound, but also, you know who makes that sound? Like the or the
help me.
I know I sound constipated, but Mom. Like,
Yeah.
she's so funny. Like, I feel
Mom
like she
does.
stubs her toe as much as we do. And it's always like
That's exactly what she sounds
I
like.
know.
You're so funny.
I miss her. We need to do a Pilates class tomorrow with her.
So what's going on is there's crystal meth everywhere in Canada and people slap for a living. Would you look at those salaries?
Oh my gosh, yeah, I will. It says matches are typically regulated, medically supervised, and scored over rounds with title bouts using a 5. I don't know what's going on.
Also, like, you're slapping me in my face.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know? Anywhere else would be fine, my face. And then you just go out in public and people think you got slapped. But it's like I did.
Mm-hmm.
And I paid for the people. I don't know. Okay.
Dana White stated at the season 1 finale press conference that some athletes walk out with almost $45,000 per fight.
Get slapped.
I would
Do you know
rather
what I mean?
swim and dog badookie
They get slapped?
than get slapped. Yeah, I'd rather walk around with dookie on my forehead.
Kaylee.
No, seriously.
For $45,000, you'd rather walk around with dookie on your forehead than
I
just
think
get
that
slapped?
I would rather walk around. It's not even walk around. It's just like I would rather do any
Endure.
other challenge than get slapped across the face and have my brain
but
rattled.
like dookie dough?
Well, we essentially walked around dookie dough in Canada and we survived that. So it's like, yeah, if I had to walk around, I mean,
Yeah, but Kaylee, I was picking up dookie this morning from like Miss Faye, and like I was going and like it was in the grass, and I was, you know,
I just can't imagine
far
getting
away
slapped
from
that
it.
hard in the face. I mean, holy crap.
no, me either. But then they go home, they ice it, and like they get some love in. There's probably so much to do at home, like remedies for getting slapped.
Oh, listen to this.
I'm listening.
First-time fighters often receive offers like $2,000 to show up and $2,000 to win. Like, you don't want to just go work at McDonald's for 2 months.
I mean, you don't just want to post your feet.
Right.
You'd rather go get slapped than just post your feet.
What else can you make a quick, easy cash? Oh my gosh, I think the landscapers pay like $100 a day.
Landscapers too?
Mm-hmm.
When it cools off, I'll be interested.
Yeah.
Seriously.
No, it's just crazy. And now everyone's going to make me sound really like gross and dirty because my say it with my chest is also a little bit grody.
Well, Kaylee, people do have fetishes where they like want to be shat on.
Yeah, they do.
And so they like dookie.
We were on the phone with Gage the other night and I was like, hey, Gage.
Kaylee. Oh gosh, I don't know. I mean, this episode's so wild. Like already.
I'm actually not even going to get into it. Just what I'm going to say is I watched this video of a girl who gets paid to eat these extravagant meals like booter chicken or something. Or like Golden Corral.
Jerk chicken.
And these men pay for her to go get a nasty meal The meal doesn't even have to be nasty, but it's just like a lot of
food, heavy, something that's gonna make her stomach hurt.
And then she gears up to go visit them, sit on their chest, and plot her badunki on their chest.
We're laughing, but
and then
real.
Leave with a relief
Peace out.
You know what I got to say?
With
to
a relief tunic
and a check.
So I'm not shitting on. Like shitting on.
Wait,
no.
Why was I talking about this? Like, what made me go here?
Oh, because I was saying, like, you were like, no, I'd literally rather walk around with like Dookie on my head than get slapped in the face.
Oh, and you were saying that people like that. Okay, yes,
that.
some people love that. I tried to pull this up on Gage, like pull this on Gage, and tell him that it was something that I wanted to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he literally stopped me dead in my tracks.
He's like, you
and
watched that
I've
video?
seen the video.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think maybe one in particular of hers just like went insanely viral. And I mean this when I say to each their own.
Yeah.
But
just to each their own. Doesn't even have to be about Kaylee. Remember? You don't have anything nice.
Okay, I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was thinking about this when we were in Canada.
Okay.
I always have to pack plenty of socks for my trip. I have sweaty, stinky feet, y'all know. And so does the perpetrator that stole my Brooks running shoes.
The perpetrator.
They know.
So this is your say with your chest.
Yes.
Okay.
I would rather rewear underwear than rewear socks. Let me explain. Underwear, and I'm talking about one wear. This is just like if I had to wear the same pair of underwear, the same pair of socks 2 days in a row, I would rather flip my underwear inside out.
Okay.
Because then it's essentially cleanish, but the stench from your feet.
But are those socks going back into the exact same shoes that already smelled?
Probably.
If so, no harm, no foul. And give me that fresh pair of undies. Like, I don't want anything.
I know.
Like the sweat stripped through, like things have happened.
It's just something about, like, I hate thinking about having stinky feet. And I know that my
you
feet
do. Honestly, your feet really don't think that bad.
It's just something about, like, sweaty, stinky. I'm very, like, a sensory person.
I know you are, but babe. People
like,
tell
my
Kaylee and I all the
socks get
time we're
wet.
just so in tune with our bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And we just know exactly.
We get it from our mom.
Yeah.
Or I guess we learned from our mom how to be in tune with our bodies. Because she's very in tune.
It's scary, though, sometimes.
Yeah.
Self-diagnosing.
I know myself very well.
You do.
And that's why I'm confident when we get Brice advice. Because I'm like, you would never want to take advice from somebody that had no clue what was going on, right? And it's like, I am not just shooting in the dark.
Right.
I come from a place of
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also,
I feel like we've heard a lot in our day. Like if we haven't gone through it, a friend has, or a friend of a friend. And so we've kind of heard how they handled that, or it's just similarly to where I agree. I do feel confident that I don't think we've gotten a single submission that I haven't known how to answer. I mean, a few have been tough, really tough because they're emotional.
Right.
And they're very just situation to situation. And like,
but we pretty much know what would be the best scenario and how to respond. And when you ask for advice from somebody, likely that person has never walked in your shoes because nobody has walked in the shoes of the person next to them, right? But that's why you ask for advice, because you need new perspective.
Right.
And that is why we love when you guys write into us at yourpudcast@gmail.com asking for that advice. Are
you segueing? Like, we're segueing this.
No, we're segueing today.
This is flowing.
Hey. The only thing is, let's touch on flicks and feels before we hop into Brice advice.
Okay.
So, like we mentioned at the beginning of the show, we watched, oh my gosh, Dancing in the Rain? No, Racing in the Rain. No. What was it called? Racing in the Rain. And I did not realize that it was going to be so emotional.
Is that what it's called, Kaylee?
I think it was.
Let me check, baby.
It's The Art of Racing.
The art. I knew there was something in the beginning that we were forgetting.
The Art of Racing in the Rain. Okay. It was so cute. Mm-hmm. I didn't know what to expect. Like
the Mr. Means made me feel better about having such a crooked smile. If you're watching, look. This.
They can't really tell.
Yeah,
maybe a little. His was much more extreme than yours.
It was, but still, Kaylee, validation is validation.
I just loved that it was so normalized how the dog was a part of the family.
Yeah.
Like, the dog can be treated like a human too.
Yes, like put the dog in the car and let's go places.
Let's go places.
Mm-hmm.
Because they know what's going on. They're not stupid.
Right.
If they were stupid, then they wouldn't go to the front door when they had to pee.
Right.
And they wouldn't bark when they got excited or nervous.
No,
or
they're so smart. And
when they were jealous
and
not hugging. And they can hear us and they know exactly what's going on. I absolutely loved it.
But was it you that told me? It was Gage that told me dogs cannot tell time, because I was feeling so guilty about leaving Miss Fee. Every time it's time to leave Miss Fee, like I just have such a horrible mom guilt and I miss her so much, and it just distracts from whatever I'm doing that should be fun and enjoy and that I should be enjoying, because I truly miss her with all of my being. And he's like, no, but then seriously, don't worry about it. Dogs can't tell time. But from that movie, yes, they can. Enzo knew. It had been a while. He knew his bladder was hurting for a reason. He had to poopy doopy while they were gone. He went on the mat. He was such a good boy.
Sweet boy. Dogs can't tell time the way humans do. They don't understand hours, clocks, or minutes, but they do have a strong sense of routine and timing based on internal biological clock, smell-based time perception, environmental cues. Okay, so they do pay attention to sunlight, sounds, household habits.
Oh, it's so sweet.
If you always feed your dog at 5 p.m., they may start pacing or getting excited around 4:45. They're not reading a clock. They're responding to patterns and anticipation based on past experience.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
Fiona.
I love them.
So...
Loved it. Thank you, whoever wrote in for that and gave us that recommendation. We love The Art of Racing in the Rain. Now, this week. What?
I don't know. It keeps leaving me. I was going to say something.
Well,
I'm grasping for it.
Take your time. Okay. We're watching Kinda Pregnant with Amy Schumer this week. I've already started it. You
didn't finish it though, right?
No, I have not finished it.
Okay, gorge.
It is so hilarious.
Okay. So I'll just catch up to where you're at.
Crazy.
Okay.
But again, so hilarious. Like, I've been laughing out loud.
Is it free?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
This past week threw me for a loop-de-doop-de.
Yeah. You did have to buy The Art of Racing in the Rain, or maybe it came on a different platform, but we bought it on Amazon Prime. Kinda Pregnant with Amy Schumer on Netflix. So funny.
Love. Can't wait.
Do you know something I just thought about?
What?
Remember we told them that you were having that problem with the Ninja Creami? I think it was maybe on the last app or the one before.
I have a say it with your chest.
Yep.
Ninja Creami has tried to kill me. Twice. It's on its second offense, and it better not tow a third.
Tell us.
So the first problem I had with the Creami was I described them as like spider legs, plastic spider legs. And I was telling Kaylee after I was so excited to make them one night, they had sat in the fridge, the 24 hours, which I've always thought is so crazy to sit there for 24 hours. They don't have to. I know they don't, because one time I only let it sit there for like 6 and it was so good. So I'm like, no. But I've always thought it's rock solid. Like, how is it really? This will come to the second offense. Anyway, I tell Kaylee, I'm like, oh my gosh, something happened. Ew, like the Jell-O packet must have done something weird in there. It didn't mix up right. Like, I don't know what it is. She's like, well, is it plastic? I'm like, I don't think so, because I didn't put anything plastic in the Creami before I mixed it up.
Except the plastic container in which it was in.
Except the plastic container. which it was in. Someone tagged us in a TikTok over the weekend, and it was exactly what happened to me. Did we ever cup? Oh, it was just the pieces of the plastic container. That's what it was.
I think it was the pieces of the bottom of the cup. Either it got so burned, or the blade was maybe shredding it. Whatever it was circle like spirals and strings of I cannot.
I was gagging so bad. So first offense.
So did you swallow them?
Hold on. I'm about to.
Oh God.
I'm feeling gaggy.
Okay.
Now that because I remember it in my mouth.
Okay. Sorry.
No, I didn't swallow them. Of course, they would never make it down the esophagus. I was spitting it out, and I was grabbing my tongue, and I was getting a napkin, and I was like pulling it off my tongue. It was so horrible. First offense. I gave it another try. She literally burned up. She burned up last week. I walk inside and I'd done strawberry protein powder and it was going to be so delicious. This is my first time trying it. And I'm like, it smells like burned fruit in here. I go over to it and I'm like, I wonder what it could be. Not even thinking it would be my Creami. There's smoke coming out of the Ninja Creami. It's burned to a crisp. It's black. It's ruined. And it tried to kill me.
I don't think I'm ever going to make an Ninja Creami again.
Well, they're sending us a new one.
That's
one thing they have. Fire customer service. We're getting a brand new one. I have to send a picture in of us cutting the cord. I have to send a picture. Remind me after this. And whatever, I have a reminder. You don't have to remind me. I got to get the Ninja Creami out on the counter and have to cut the cord about 3 inches away from the Creami.
So that they know that you're not just going to have 2.
Correct immundis. And it can't be photoshopped and everything else. They are going to send me another one, but they need to send me new plastic containers too.
Surely
they need to change the containers to glass or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm also just like, how defective, how scary. And I've seen where, like on TikTok, people's Creamies have not like blown up and nearly caught fire. They've smoked how ours did. It's just like, oh, where's the recall?
That is so crazy and unacceptable. Like, you can't just replace. I just feel like they're all going to do the same thing. What's going to keep this one from doing that? I don't understand.
Maybe that's why they're so easy to send a replacement, because they know that this happens. And it's like, I don't want to dog Ninja because I love Ninja. Like, I have a Ninja air fryer. We have the blender thing. I look for it. I have the sticky, non-stick Ninja pan.
Right, but you want to be good at everything not okay at a lot. Things.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I'm sorry. Yeah.
That's okay. A few things.
I reworded, but you know what I'm saying.
It's all right. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
I really hope that this one is better, but I feel like you're more trusting than I am. Like, I feel like you love the Ninja Creami and you're going to hop back on. I'm scared to death of those plastics.
Well, I just love ice cream, and it's gotten to a point where I've been craving it more and more and more, and I got in like a titch of a routine, just really only a week, of having a Creami every day. So then last night I ended up at Sonic getting a blast. And it's like, that wasn't going to serve me my 30 grams of Pro. Do you know? And it didn't. It had zero intention on it. And I knew that, but I still wanted it. So it's like, I need the Ninja Creami to get here and serve me up my 30 grams of Pro.
I know, queen. It's hard. And, you know, I may have a heart change when it comes back. I do like how willing they have been to replace.
Right.
So we'll see. TBD. Can't wait for that. Let's dive into Brice Advice.
Okay.
If you're new here to your pod, Brice Advice is our advice segment. Hey, and so whatever's going on in your life, something at work, something with family, something with friends, something with a boyfriend, something with a bad boyfriend, something with an ex, anything that's going on, it can be so crazy. The crazier, the better. Right into us, and we'll tell you what we think about it. So the first one, she said, I'm needing some advice. One of my best friends, let's call her Kayla, has done something that I think is disrespectful, and it hurt my feelings. I've known her since I was 12, grew up together, one of my bridesmaids, blah, blah, blah. They're very close. She said, I had a rough week. Kayla knew the circumstances, and I told her that I didn't want to talk about these issues at our dinner with friends that night. Some of these issues didn't even involve me, so I didn't feel like it was my place to share with the whole table. So we're out at dinner with like 5 to 6 girls, and 5 minutes in, I see Kayla telling one of our other friends details about the things I specifically did not want to talk about. I make eye contact with her, thinking she'll stop, but she continues whispering and going on about whatever she was telling this other friend. A minute goes by, Kayla's telling another friend something else that this girl told her not to tell her. She sees the girl that Kayla's talking to say, oh my gosh, no, really? And puts her hand over her mouth in disbelief. She said, I watched all of this. I saw Kayla tell her, and I got so upset that I just stared down at my plate. I already wanted to cry because of those things going on in my life. But then for her to talk about them to other people in front of me really hurt my feelings. Long story short, I don't know how to handle this with Kayla. Please give your opinion and advice. Although we are close friends, she is my only friend that we've never had a fight or hard conversation before, so it's not like I know how to handle the situation with her. This is the thing.
Recently, I've gotten pretty good at just saying it's none of my business. Even if something seems really important, someone very close to me did something, said something, it's never my story to tell. I did not used to be good at that. I used to hear something and immediately tell. Now, you and I will talk about everything. But I wouldn't like report to a dinner table or like the other group of friends. Like I don't.
And especially with having platforms too, like we don't speak on every single thing that's going on because sometimes it's just not our story to tell. Mm-hmm. The thing is, you just need to distance yourself from Kayla. Like I would take a major step back. I can't imagine you sitting at that table. Like I know the feeling of just being like, this cannot be happening right now, and your blood boiling and you're furious and you,
because it's like, what else
in that moment?
Like you were so quick to do this. Like what else have you broken
and
trust?
This is why I say you need to be the one to just distance, and then she can be the one to ask what's wrong because you've already been the one to tell her not to speak on it. So then for you to come back and be like, Kayla, I just told you not to even talk about that. It's like, what is she, 7 years old and you have to tell her a million times not to do something? No, she's a grown adult. It's ridiculous. Y'all have had this close relationship. It's like, oh, okay, do you not care about me at all? Like, why are you acting so brand new in front of these girls and having to tell them all of my business? Is your life so boring, Kayla, that you have to come up with my problems to tell other people? Like, and then just knowing that some of that stuff wasn't even yours to tell. It's just, nope. Take a step back from Kayla.
I don't know what people gain in the storytelling of it all. Like you're telling these girls at dinner, okay, now what?
Now what?
You're telling these girls business is not yours. Now what? Mm-hmm. Now what? So
I think that Kayla has a lot of things she doesn't want to talk about, and so she's filling the air with other things, and it's just like, you're doing everything wrong.
I like the distancing, but also we don't know what action she's already taken. Like, I guess she said she hasn't done anything yet because they've never had a falling out, so she's not.
And like, I don't know the degree of problems in which she was discussing. Like, what did you tell her not to say?
Right.
So I don't know like how dire your situation is. Like
how crazy.
If these are things that you're really, really sad about, or maybe you're mad about or confused, you know.
Yeah, and you might want to be quick to be confrontational and just ask her, hey, why, like, I mean, if you haven't already, like immediately, hey, why were you telling the girls at dinner the things that I told you not to? I saw you. I watched you. Because
yeah, that's the only way to say it.
Distancing yourself is one thing, yes, but also like you have to kind of wait on the other person to ask you what's wrong. And sometimes that can.
Yeah, it can stir grief inside of you, but I think that's just the way that I always handle things, because when someone does something like that, then I don't want to be around them. So
yeah,
it's very
like
easy
I
for
don't
me
want
to
to be your friend.
myself. Like, I don't want to talk to you.
No.
You've bothered me. Like, I don't want to go spend time with you. I don't want to talk to you anymore. I don't want to tell you anything. I don't like you.
Because it's like she could always ask the friends, hey, what was Kayla saying?
But it's like you sat there and you watched.
But you sat there and watched, and I think you should just go straight to the source.
So if you decide to talk to her, yeah, be like, why did you just tell them right in front of me everything that I told you not to say? That was so weird. Look at her dead in the eyes until she responds to you. Mm-hmm. That was so weird.
What else have you said? What else have you told people that I asked you not to?
Kayla, you're weird. Mm-hmm. Another Brice advice. My name's Taylor, and I'm 25, and my best friend, let's call her Ashley, is also 25. We've been close since 8th grade. In 2020, she moved to Orlando for a nursing job after finishing her RN. We always considered living together. I was in college planning to transfer to UCF, which I did in January 2022. Despite joining clubs and working on campus, my mental health declined and I felt isolated. I visited her weekly but decided to move back home for the fall semester due to severe depression and anxiety. She was upset and suggested I move in with her after finishing school. I graduated in August 2024, got a good job, and have been living with my grandparents since I moved back home. I'm very much so ready to be on my own, but everything is crazy expensive out here. Ashley keeps asking when I'll move in, despite my repeated explanations that Orlando isn't for me. I don't want to relapse into my previous mental state, and I love being close to my family in my hometown. How can I explain this to her without upsetting her, especially since she thinks I need to grow up? Am I running away from a good opportunity? I would love having y'all's advice. No, you're not running away from a good opportunity. You just don't want to dive back into a mental place that didn't serve you. And who really gives a rip what she thinks? Because y'all are on two different life paths. Different things are fulfilling you. Like, you did what you knew was best for you. And I think that, like we were just talking about a few minutes ago, being so in tune with our body, I think you're very aware of what will serve you. And moving back in with her or going to Orlando, a place that you don't enjoy, is not going to be what's best for you. So in a way that doesn't upset her, I mean, I guess you could be upset, but it's just like, Ashley, I've already told you that Orlando just isn't the place for me, and it has nothing to do with you. If it was maybe in a different place, yeah, I'd love to live together, but it's just not where I need to be right now. And living with your parents or living in your hometown or whatever, that doesn't mean you're not growing up. You can still be very successful, very productive.
Sometimes that's the best, because then you're saving money. I mean, you can't really save. There's no saving money
when you're spending it.
Paying rent every month. That's more than a mortgage these days.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just because she wants you to move in with her doesn't mean you're wrong for not. Like, let's remember that you have choices too. You've earned your right to your own choices and your own opinions and your own desires also. And I think you would be so miserable if you did move in with her, because number one, that's not where your heart's telling you. Number two, it's not what makes you the happiest. I feel like it would turn into like a resentment thing, and it's nothing against her. It's just, you're not feeling it. Mm-mm. If someone asked me right now to move to Chicago, I would say no.
No.
I don't care if you think that I should. I don't care if there is the quote perfect job waiting for me there. I don't want to move there.
No.
I don't want to.
Like, I love Mr. Rondon so much, and I always want to have such a close friendship with him and do everything together. But if he was like, guys, I really think we need to move to Antigua, be like, well,
okay.
It's not that I don't have anything.
Antigua.
You know.
I do.
Just using it as an example.
I know you are.
It has nothing to do with her and everything to do with you. And y'all can still have a friendship and just not live together.
Yes, this is also not like your life partner. This is not someone that like your choices and like y'all's desires need to line up. But I mean, by no means, like, y'all can live very much separate lives. Nothing to feel guilty about.
Absolutely.
Do you know?
Okay. Third and final Brice advice. This is from a sweet queen. She said, I recently started going to a girls' Bible study, and while I genuinely love being there and know it's a welcoming group, I often find myself feeling insecure and out of place. I've recently reconnected with the Lord after being distant for a while, and it's been such a powerful, life-giving season. I feel like I'm rediscovering his love and learning more about who he is, but I also feel behind compared to the other girls. A lot of them seem to know scripture so well. They can reference verses and stories and characters from the Bible without hesitation. And I find myself afraid to speak up or ask questions because I don't want to sound silly or inexperienced. I'll worry that they think I'm not Christian enough, even though I know that sounds dramatic. Most of them went to religious private schools or were also involved in church groups in college where I wasn't. And when I do speak up, I've noticed that no one really chimes in or responds to what I say. It's not rude. They don't cut me off or anything. It's just quiet. And they do that sometimes with others too, so maybe I'm overthinking it, but it makes me feel even more unsure and hesitant to share. After I leave, I feel sometimes like I talk too much about irrelevant stuff or random stuff, and I get upset with myself and tell myself next time I just need to go and listen and not talk at all, but I feel like that's not the answer either. I guess I just need advice on how to overcome these feelings of not belonging or not wanting or not being enough, and how to stay focused on my personal relationship with Jesus without getting so caught up in comparison or insecurity. I love these girls. I want to get closer with them. I just don't really know how or where to start. You are so valid with these feelings.
Okay, so with small groups, not every small group is going to be like your perfect group. Do you know? I think we get in these small groups and we just assume, since we're all like-minded, or we think we are, and these are Christian girls, this is who I should be friends with. We get caught up in a lot of like, well, this should be working out. Like, this should just be. I haven't clicked with most small groups I've been in, truly. And maybe not even one person I haven't clicked with. of course I've enjoyed it and I've gotten to know people, and you always give them a chance. And you're just like, you show up and you're there and you're present as much as you want to be, need to be. But sometimes you just like, these aren't really my people. But like, I appreciate them and their perspective and their love for the Lord, but they're just not necessarily my people. I think sometimes we try to, or we want to mold ourselves to be more like the group just so like they like us, so they can be receptive of us or whatever. This past small group, Kaylee and I were in like a ladies' women's group. Okay. So we were like in my mom's group. A lot of these women were 40 and older. I did a lot of just sitting and listening. And I think that I grew more, honestly, just sitting and listening. Number one, they were older. So it's like I'm hearing a lot of experiences that I have not yet endured. Maybe some things that was just like good insight, their wives, their moms and stuff. And I enjoyed just listening because I feel like in the past, I haven't led the groups necessarily, but I've just been like a loud mouth kind of. Not in like in a disruptive way, but it's just like I always have something to say. Mm-hmm. And we had one small group in particular that we were all just like so crazy and we loved each other so much and it was so fun. Like I left it and it didn't even feel like I was at like a serious, emotional small group. It was just like, that was amazing fellowship,
It filled your cup.
It filled my cup. So there's nothing wrong with the way you feel. I think it's very normal and you do feel judged. I think everyone kind of does. Like you're nervous to voice because everyone's on their own track and everyone has their own individual relationship with the Lord. I think sometimes we forget that it's not religion, it's relationship. So your relationship with God is going to be different than all the girls in the group, just like your relationship with your boyfriend is going to be different than every other girl in the group. No one's going to have the same relationship and the same knowledge and the same experience because that's not how it works,
Right.
So no blame game, like don't try to figure out what the problem is. There is no problem. I know what you mean though. Like it's tough because you want the girls to like you and you want to be heard. You want to be responded to. You want to feel like you're fitting in. You just want it to go good. Kaylee, I don't know.
Well, you never know because some of them may be listening to you and love the things that you have to say. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, and then they're just kind of pondering on it. Mm-hmm. And maybe they don't have a lot to respond because, again, y'all were raised in different ways. They were raised in private Christian schools so a lot of these things have been conditioned to them and they learned them every single day. And some of these are just like basic stories maybe that they have heard 100 times and that's why they can recite them. And there's nothing wrong with you not knowing every single thing. In fact, the Lord loves that innocence of learning about him and knowing more about him. And we're never going to know every single thing, but you 100% don't have to know, quote, everything now. And that is just such a big part of being in a small group is learning from others, whether they're older than you or they're the same age, and appreciating everyone's experiences. And so I know this is like rich, don't overthink, but I don't want you to overthink so much. I think it's a good idea maybe to be, not just to be quiet, but you can observe the group like you were saying, but don't feel like you just can't say anything.
Yeah, don't feel
they definitely love
it.
hearing from you. Mm-hmm. I want to validate your feelings and like we've definitely felt that way before, so it's normal. I don't think you're doing anything wrong, but keep showing up and keep taking things away from the group and keep giving your input because these are things that you feel and if you have questions, ask the question.
Yeah. 100%.
I do.
But yeah, no, like the whole like reciting Bible verses. I mean, I know a lot, but then like I'll go to church and hear the pastor and I'm like, I don't know anything. Like, he's just rattling things off. Or even like Bible study too. I'm like, how do y'all know all this? How did y'all remember all this?
Right.
It's a lot of experience. It's, sometimes when you're growing up in camps and stuff, like the whole goal is to memorize a Bible verse a day. Like I remember that being a thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, just you're totally fine, queen.
Your relationship is going to continue to grow and blossom. I know more about Gage 3 years into our relationship than I knew a year in or 2 years in. That is literally just part of it. And you talk about just kind of reigniting this fire for Jesus and this love and relationship with him. And that's amazing. You're right where you need to be. Keep showing up, keep pouring into it, keep searching for him, keep walking with him, and he will meet you right where you're at, girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
So period. Y'all, thank y'all for writing in. Again, if anything is on your heart and you've just been thinking about it, it's been consuming your thoughts, ask us about it. We'd love to tell you what we think and how we would handle it. You know, if you care for that input. I was reading some submissions and people were like, be nice to me, like go easy on me. I'm like, okay, well then one, like,
number one, when are we not?
We're so kind.
We're so kind. I think sometimes we've giggled a few times, but that's just because y'all are funny.
Y'all are funny. And we wouldn't be serving you right if we just told you what you wanted to hear all the time.
Of course.
You know.
We've never called anyone a stupid idiot, seriously.
No.
Never.
Maybe after we hung up the pod. I'm just kidding. No, we've never done that. Mm-mm. So, okay, I'm just making sure we like didn't miss anything, but I don't think we did, girl.
Also, for our What's Going On seg, you can always write in for that too. Sometimes Kaylee and I don't know what's going on, you know?
Yes.
And just like tell us what's going on.
Feel free to write in and be like, girls, have you seen this?
Right.
Or like, girls, do you know that this is the new hottest thing on TikTok?
Which,
like,
oh my gosh, we really need to pray over Texas. The floods for
We're
those
going
of you,
to.
it's just really, really sad and overwhelming. It made my heart so heavy. Mom was telling us about it whenever we had gotten back from Canada, which I'd seen a little tiny little bit of it. But we were really like watching videos and getting into it. And I was like collapsing. It was so heartbreaking.
It's so awful. I wrote a prayer for this week. A lot of times I kind of just do it on the fly. I read some of y'all's prayer requests, but this has just been so heavy. And I've seen a lot of stuff like, why does God let this happen? And, you know, it's hard to know what to pray. But we're going to pray for these families. I also am getting so hot talking about this. I just felt a drip of sweat, like literally go from one fat roll to the next. Like it fell. And so,
well, not fat roll, just your skin.
Yeah, it's just my skin. But we have one prayer request too that I'm going to cover. And it is for a new mama who is dealing with a lot of anxiety that she's dealt with, I think, her whole life, but she is in middle of her pregnancy. And so she's been really anxious about just everything that comes with that. And so we are going to cover her in prayer as well. So let's take it to the Lord. Lord Jesus, thank you so much for another opportunity at life today. God, thank you for waking us up this morning. Thank you for walking with us about our day. God, it almost feels unfair knowing how much loss and tragedy people and places have endured in the recent weeks. Or specifically with the devastating flash floods that struck Central Texas this July 4th weekend, I want to lift up every young girl, counselor, leader at Camp Mystic. I want to lift up families in the surrounding communities and the 100+ lives that have been lost. Give peace to their families, Lord, and to their loved ones who are now walking this journey of grief. I pray that you would hold close to the missing, God, the ones that are still praying for rescue. I pray that your love would be the shelter that surrounds them. I pray that you would comfort those who have survived, who have been rescued. Lord, the children traumatized, the families shaken by the loss or missing loved ones. I pray that your light would shine in this darkness. God, we ask you to just meet these grieving hearts with your embrace and to give strength to communities as they rebuild. I want to lift up our moomsie who wrote in, God, who's facing overwhelming anxiety in her pregnancy. I know that you are the source of peace. I pray that you would cover her in your presence of peace, God, that she would feel you. I pray that you would steady her mind and be with her in the remainder of her pregnancy, God, allowing her to enjoy this journey. Even the mundane things that she may be anxious about, Lord, I pray that you would silence those thoughts for her. God, thank you for your undeniable presence and your eternal love for us. Thank you for being our rescuer and our redeemer. Thank you for being light in the darkness. God, we love you so much. And in Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Thank you, Kaylee.
I love you so much, Queen Bee.
I love you more, Queen K.
Y'all, don't forget.
We love ya and Jesus saves ya.
Bye.